Hi Internet, I'm Tango, and these are Tango's Takes. And the take for today, June 18th, 2021, is all about tomorrow, June 19th. That's right, the take for today is Juneteenth. Okay, so there is a very good chance if you are living in the United States, you did not hear a whole lot about Juneteenth until yesterday. I don't remember hearing about it before last year, maybe a little bit the year before that. This is a sad, depressing fact of the American education system and American history as it is taught. But yesterday, in one of those moments where politicians do something right, Juneteenth, or more officially, the Juneteenth National Independence Day, which has historically been known as Jubilee Day, Black Independence Day, and even Emancipation Day, became recognized as a federal holiday here in the United States. And honestly, it's a United States thing. It's not a global thing. So what is Juneteenth? I'm going to give you the summary because, well, I'm reading it over again on Wikipedia, to be fair. I encourage you to do your own research, get your own details, and don't rely upon a textbook where that's published in a state that is currently trying to outlaw critical race theory. Don't get me started. To understand what Juneteenth was, or is, you need a little bit of historic information. Slavery used to be legal in the United States. It used to be legal in lots of parts of the world. I don't think that's any big secret. In the United States, President Abraham Lincoln declared an Emancipation Proclamation in 1862. Very specifically, let me find this date here. He did so on September 22nd, 1862, during the U.S. Civil War. The proclamation basically said all slaves in the United States of America are free. And after the war ended, this information spread to former Confederate states as they fell under control of Union powers, and the Union Army took hold and enforced laws. Texas, being the most outlying of states at the time compared to the East Coast, was the last state to have a significant Union Army presence. And on June 19th, 1865, 2.5 years after the Emancipation Proclamation, a Union Army general named Gordon Granger basically told everyone in Texas, by the way, the slaves are free, executed a general order and announced it. So 2.5 years after a significant quantity of slaves had been freed, and after the majority of slaves at the time had been notified, no, you are free, be free, the slaves of Texas finally got that information. Now, this is not to say that was the hard end of slavery in the United States. It took a bit. I'm looking at this article, and it's talking about December 6th, 1865, where the ratification of the 13th Amendment to the Constitution abolished chattel slavery, and 2 Union border states therefore finally had slavery outlawed. And one of the Native American tribes that had allied with the Confederacy finally released their slaves in 1866. So while Juneteenth is a recognition of slaves are finally free, no, really, finally free, there were still slaves in the United States until at least 1866, and these are the legal slaves, as it were. Arguably, the way most of our prison system is structured, those are another kind of legal slavery at this point. There are almost certainly illegal slaves in the United States, and I don't want to even think about that topic. But the point is, we recognize the flaws of our past. We recognize the actions we have taken to correct them, and we celebrate the history of not just the white people, but the history of the black people, and indeed of other people here in the United States. Look, if you think about most US-centric holidays, they're not happy days. And indeed, a lot of the global holidays are not happy days. Memorial Day, Veterans Day, Valentine's Day is related to a saint and known for things associated with a massacre. We have a dark, bloody history. And we talk about the red in our flag being representative of the blood shed, but we don't count for the blood that we shed in our history. So, as we in the United States prepare to celebrate, however that is going to be done, our first nationally recognized Juneteenth, I want you to think about where it came from, how long it took us to get here, and then look around at the rest of what's going on in our country and around the world, and decide, what's the next thing we need to recognize from our past? Who else have we aggrieved, or do we continue to aggrieve? And what can we do to bring that history forward and present into the minds of people? Because those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it. Stay safe and healthy out there, and I'll catch you all next time.